As Commissioner for ESTAP, I was training over 1,000 teachers every year, is to look at the capacity development of these teachers. The schools that are training them out, that is the training institutes, the teachers training schools, what are the curriculums that they are giving out to them? So let's look at the capacity development for these teachers. Then we take it back to the infrastructure that we need to have at this primary school. Are they teaching them civics? Are they teaching them things around even religious studies? Because a whole lot of things that happen around us, and we need to nib it at that stage where they're still very formative. So we need to begin to think through things around creative learning from that place. Coding, we need to think through evolving the curriculum so that it switches to the reality of what the 21st century should be looking at. So beyond training, beyond capacity development of the teachers, is also to look at the infrastructure, building up those schools, right? And very well is to look at what are the additional things post schools that they need going into the secondary schools. So we build the both layout of the financing. We look at how much are we putting on budgetary line on the education, which is about 8.7. Can we wrap it up to about 12, right? And push more effort in the primary school, in teachers, in the teaching colleges that they are coming out from, in the facilities that are in the school, and by extension also evolving the suburb and the curriculum in that level.
Mr. Babatunde Gbadamosi of the Action Democratic Party believes the present traffic being experienced across the Lagos metropolis can be controlled. He plans to upgrade Lagos infrastructure alongside his 4 key projections.
Barges to lift containers from the actual wharfs and take them to lighter terminals all around Lagos. And then, thirdly, the devolution of powers. It's time we started this discussion about restructuring Nigeria. And the port, being in Lagos, and us losing that much revenue is unconscionable. I'm not having it. So first thing we're going to do is copy the Ethiopians and build a heavy rail line, the length of Lagos State, from Badagry all the way to Odeomi, with branches going off to every exit point by road of Lagos. And the point with this is that all of these exit points must have container terminals where the trains will pass through Apapa and Ibafor and deposit their goods at those container terminals so that people coming from out of state, which is quite common, will not clog up the roads in Lagos with their trailers.
On his part, the Alliance for Democracy wants youth to be active in governance. Mr. Owolabi Salis explained that his government will take up the challenge of the less privileged in society while creating jobs for the teeming population.
I want to practice grassroots governance system in Lagos State. If I get in, I want to set up Ward Executive Council. I want to put in stakeholders as special assistants to the governor. And I want to appoint leadership among them, release their common wealth to them, and then teach them how to fix the neighborhood, how to generate wealth among the people. We have the tools. I personally have a tools depository. I have a tools depository with me. We are going to tool them up, teach them a lot of things, how to make the neighborhood fine, and we are going to remove all the violent brigades in Lagos State. And on the issue of so many aircrafts landing, I think I heard you say that. I happen to have traveled to more than half of the countries in this world. I think Nigeria, Lagos is still not getting enough. So we need to open Lagos to the world. Lagos is the image of African nations, African black people. It should not be governed the way we're governing it. So I am over that to open this Lagos to the greater world.
And finally, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Lagos, Mr. Jimmy Agbaje, condemned the present health policy in use in the state. He added that there is urgent need to equip all primary health centers across Lagos.
Life expectancy for Lagos is about 49 years, below the national average, and we're in the bottom half of 36 states in terms of life expectancy. We must look at our health differently. And I am one for the managed care concept, which is generally known as the health insurance model. And basically what you're doing is to keep the doctors, to keep the pharmacists, to keep the lab scientists and all members of the health team is to make it work. And the way to work is to say that you're running a scheme that revolves around the general practitioner, that is the GP. Now, you are going to employ the services of the GP. Your citizens are going to determine the choice of their GP. It is your duty as government to write a check, an insurance like a premium on their behalf, and be the regulator. It is not government that will participate, because what the GPs are handling will be primary health care. And don't forget that primary health care is responsible for 70 to 75% of the ailments that we come across in the state. So if you're able to address 75% of those issues at the GP level, running a health insurance model, then you then go on to the specialist aspect of it, where you now know that a lot of the pressure is off the teaching hospitals. What you have today is that people have malaria and they go to Lasot. It should not be so in a system that works.